everyone, it's Sarah back with a new SoCraftastic video. So this guy right here, I went to the pumpkin patch last week. I am kind of sad to inform you guys that the top of this is getting soft, so I need to hurry with this paint. Today is currently Monday. I really like this pumpkin. It's very dirty on the back, but that's okay.
It's so dirty.
My mom actually saw this Crayola pumpkin paint and she thought it would be a cool idea for me to try it. I'm like, why not? I like testing products here, as you guys know, and also transforming things like shoes. But today, we're gonna be forming. Breathe. Today, we're going to be transforming a pumpkin, decorating it, painting it. So like I said, testing the paint, comparing the paint, and just making some cute art on a pumpkin. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go. We have orange and brown, white, and this really deep purple. It's a really nice color. Yellow and green. It shows like a lime green, so I guess if you mix these two together, I'm not sure how limey it'll look.
The colors may vary,
but I definitely think that they kind of played up the colors a little bit. It says that it is multi-surface acrylic. I'm curious to see if the pumpkin paint smells bad. Like, what? What is this? I'm so confused. This is the white paint, guys. Kind of looks like an eyeball. Boop. Why is there green on there? Oh wow, I forgot to zoom out. What if this were the thumbnail? No one would watch the video. My neighbor is mowing. I want to see which one smells worse. Oh my gosh, they have totally different smells. So I'm here to let you guys know that they are different paints indeed. Oh, pop. Is there an entire video of someone popping paint bubbles? I would be so there for that content. Before I get into painting the pumpkins, I am going to swatch all these colors on the same sheet that I used for the Crayola paint maker video. I do actually save all of like my swatch papers and use them as scrap as long as I can until, you know, I run out of space. We'll start with white. So I don't know what's up with this. There's like sparkly green at the top and gold. This is just so strange. So I'm just gonna put this. That is so weird. Yeah, here's the white. Ooh, that's pretty. It reminds me of Adeline. Anytime I see yellow. Wait, why would they give us orange in a pumpkin paint set? I guess for white pumpkins and green ones? Another bubble. This is interesting. It's a dark maroon. I thought it was brown at first, but I am surprised there isn't a black in this set. Ooh, that's really pretty. It's a lot lighter than it looks in the bottle though. I can't decide what I want to paint on this big pumpkin, so I'm gonna start with a small one and just kind of get the feel for the paint. I did ask my Instagram followers what they would want to see on the pumpkin, so if you guys are interested in following me, my username is Sarah Lynn T. Of course, the poll will be over by then, but I do like to do interactive stuff like this all the time and post pretty photos and stuff. I think I want to do a drip effect, but I'm going to fake it. Like, I don't want to pour the paint, but I want to try and just make it look like that on my own. I don't really want the mess, and I don't want to waste a bunch of paint because there's not a ton in here. Dirt, get off dirt. I let these three colors dry overnight and I'm working on the shimmery white right now. I just wanted to let you guys know that it doesn't go on very opaque. So when I do the larger pumpkin, I'm going to put a base coat of regular white acrylic down and then put this over it. I continued the design with green and went all the way around until it was completely colored. this is what it turned out like. It took longer than I thought it would, but it turned out pretty cool. So the verdict is I really like these paints, but they're quite opaque unless you really glob up the colors and get a lot on there. I don't see anything super special with them. They just kind of act like regular acrylic paints, the cheap ones that you can get from Walmart or Michael's. So on this pumpkin, I'm actually going to be using a mix of Apple Barrel, Craft Smart, and some Crayola. So if you couldn't tell already, which you probably can't because it looks like a clown, honestly, I am painting Joker. And I did put that on the thumbnail, so it's no surprise. But I thought this would be a really cool character to do since it was 50-50 when I checked the poll results, but character / image won by 1 vote. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I've done Pennywise from it the past couple years, once in a Reckless Journal and once on a pumpkin. So I decided this time to switch it up a little bit and do another popular character. Disclaimer, I have not seen the Joker movie yet. If you have, please let me know how you liked it in the comment section below. I honestly probably won't get around to watching it until it comes out on Apple TV or PlayStation View because I haven't been to the movie theater in a very long time. I just like watching things from the comfort of my own home. This is just a very loose outline of the face and the details. I am going to change a lot of this later on and add in shading, so stay tuned if you want to see how it turns out in the end. I did end up spending about 8 hours. I didn't time it, but considering I did work on this 3 different days and it took me probably 2 hours almost for the mouth alone in different steps, I would say 8 hours is a very conservative guesstimate. At this point, I let everything dry overnight and I went back in with the Crayola paint the next day and just put that shimmer all over the face. Ooh, I forgot to mention, I am also using Posca paint pens with this design because the tips are very fine and that means I'm able to get a better detail with them than with the Crayola paintbrush that I used for the entire rest of the design. So I did outline the eyes, which I do multiple times throughout this process. I didn't show them all on camera, but once you put this line down, if you end up painting around it, it gets covered a little bit and ruined, and you know, so I made him some bushy eyebrows with 3 different colors of Posca pens, like gray, white, and blue. And I am also creating all these lines, you know, all the wrinkles on the face to make him look a little bit more evil and yeah, dark, aged. Also, here's my cat Leo joining in on the fun. You can see I have some YouTube videos going on in the background. I watched quite a bit of channels, but in the footage I have right here, you can see Bumble Bailey / Bailey J. Her cats are actually on, one of them. And then I watched Draw with Jazza, and who else did I watch that day? I can't remember. The creative energy in the room really motivated me to get this finished and do my best. I just spilled paint on the carpet. Oh my god. No. Then this happened. It probably took about 10 minutes to clean up. Not too big of a road bump, but I got it looking okay. Good thing this carpet's pretty old. Next, I moved on to the base layer of Joker's hair, and I did have to put a couple layers of this green Crayola paint. It is, again, kind of translucent. So if you're wondering a little bit more about the pumpkin paint, like do I think that it's better than regular cheap acrylic paint? No, I think that they're about the same, to be honest. So a box of 6 was $6 at Target. They each have 2 ounces of paint, like each container. And the 2-ounce paints from like Michael's and Walmart are actually cheaper than that and also have 2 ounces of paint. I don't know if there's anything really special about the pumpkin paint that sets it apart. They all scratch off if you really try, so it's not like it just stays on the pumpkin better than regular acrylic. It's still acrylic. His skin kind of has bigger pores and his makeup isn't perfect or anything like that. It gets really messed up. I have watched Batman the Animated Series and some Batman movies, and I'm watching Gotham, so I don't know if he's in Gotham. I know Penguin's in it and the Riddler's in it. I imagine they all would be, but I am liking that so far. I'm only on the 1st season, but I used to be obsessed with Batman the Animated Series, and Lego Batman is superb. Like honestly, it's one of the funniest movies ever. I did mention this in a video not too long ago. I did go in and like dull down the lines, all the smile lines in his face or frown lines, whatever. This just makes it look a little bit more realistic, which, oh my gosh, it is so difficult to do semi-realism on a pumpkin. I did realize later on that the chin ended up to be kind of wide, and on camera it looked even wider than it does in person. That is just the illusion of the pumpkin because it's curved and it has these ridges. For the iris, I started with a dark layer, then moved on to kind of like a turquoisey greenish blue. Then I let that dry for a little. I moved on to the hair to put the texture in with Posca paint pens, or just one green Posca paint pen. The trick here is, well, the struggle was the pumpkin's really mushy at this point. It is now Thursday in my filming process, and I told you on Monday that the pumpkin was already getting a little mushy. So I had to be very careful with this. I accidentally poked into the pumpkin skin a couple times and the juices seeped out. You know, it just brings more life to Joker. The reason I didn't get a different pumpkin for this is because it just ties into his demeanor. This pumpkin is rotten and a villain, basically. Not really, but it could be. So don't stare directly in his eyes. He's a little bit rude. I finished the eyes with pupils and highlights. Then I signed it, but you can barely see. I kind of wanted it to blend in. And that is all for this Joker pumpkin. Joker is just not a very decent human monster villain. I think that it turned out okay. The thing that's really weird is it shows up a lot differently on camera than it does in person. When I was working on this, it didn't look quite as skewed and wide. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and ring that bell to turn post notifications on. I normally post every single Friday. Be sure to tune back then again too, please. For any of you guys who celebrate Halloween, I hope that you have a great one, and if you know what you're going to be, list your costume in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching! I would love to have you guys come back and join me for all the artsy crafty things here. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and thank you again so much for watching. Bye! Will It Juggle Paint Edition. Yes, I just suck. Surprise! What was that? Yay! Okay.